Well, you know, today is certainly a very monumental day in the history of the PGA of America and certainly in the golf community here in San Francisco. I'm here to announce that the PGA Championship will come to TPC Harding Park in 2020, and it will mark the first time in the 102-year history of the PGA Championship that it will have been played in the great city of San Francisco. And this would not be possible with, thank you. This certainly would not be possible without the great collaboration between the city and the county of San Francisco, the PGA Tour, and the PGA of America. And Mayor Lee, thanks to you, Phil Ginsburg, for all the great work that you did. Tim, you know, this is seems like just another step in a lot of the things that we've been able to accomplish working together in the past 20 months, and look forward certainly to a great future between the PGA of America and the PGA Tour. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say special thanks to Pete Bavacqua, our Chief Executive Officer, and Kerry Haig, our Chief Championships Officer at the PGA of America, because quite honestly, we got this deal done in a pretty short period of time. And it was certainly not without their great efforts as well. But, you know, I think the thing that's important for everybody to understand here today is that the PGA officers and the PGA Board of Directors have been committed to trying to find a site for a West Coast PGA Championship for basically the past year. And we couldn't be more proud of the fact that it's going to take place here at TPC Harding Park. And, you know, we know that our friends here in the Northern California PGA section are going to be great hosts. You've done this before in major golf events, and we look forward to, you know, you guys doing a fantastic job for us as well. And, you know, the 2020 PGA Championship is going to give us the opportunity really to showcase the strongest field in all of major golf during primetime television. And I think that was one of the big factors that caused us to want to come to the West Coast. And it also gives the PGA of America the flexibility in an Olympic year to possibly look at moving our championship to a different point in the golf calendar, assuming that you know, we can work some of these things out with the PGA Tour schedule. You know, we view this partnership with TPC Harding Park and the city and county of San Francisco is one that is going to be very important to us in the decades of the future. And I want to make this clear today. This is the only venue in San Francisco that the PGA of America had any interest in bringing a major championship to. This is the only venue that we had any discussions with in San Francisco, and we could not be prouder today, Mayor Lee and Commissioner Fincham, for this to become a reality. And I think the reasons are real simple. It wasn't hard for me to get fired up about this announcement today because I love history, and I love diving into the history of Harding Park and seeing, you know, what this place means to golf. And I thought it was very interesting, totally unsolicited last week. You know, I was contacted by two of our former PGA champions who have been part of some of the great golf lore here at Harding Park, and I wanted to give you a couple of their quotes today. First of all, from Tiger Woods. I have great memories of Harding Park, and it's good to see the PGA Championship played at a public golf course. Significant renovations were made to the course, and it's exciting that this is the first PGA Championship in San Francisco. Also from Phil Mickelson, Harding Park was an excellent host for the WGC event and the President's Cup. It deserves the opportunity now to host a major championship, and I'm excited for the course and the city to have one of golf's biggest events. And, you know, I thought, you know, this announcement today is really special because it means that the PGA Championship is going to be played in back-to-back years, 2019 and 2020, at two of the great municipal golf courses in this country. Bethpage Black on the East Coast in New York in 2019, and obviously here in Harding Park in 2020 on the West Coast. And I think for the PGA of America to play our championship in consecutive years at municipal golf courses makes a very profound statement. And it's one that is important because public golf is a primary entry point for golf in this country, 80% of the rounds that are played in this country are played on public golf courses. And as a PGA professional who has spent the last 43 summers of their life working on a public golf course, for me as president to be part of these two announcements has been a very special thing to me personally. And you know, Harding Park in a lot of ways really is truly the essence of public golf. It's hosted many championship events, but certainly none have been more impactful than the 1956 City Championship that was played here between Ken Venturi and Harvey Ward in front of 10,000 spectators. And as many of you know, Ken Venturi's father, Fred, was the head golf professional here for many years at Harding Park. Today, Ken Venturi still holds the course record of 59, and he had the distinction of eagling 17 of the 18 holes at Harding Park. And I played there yesterday with John Hughes, the president of the Northern California section. John, I mean, that's a feat that I can't even imagine how anyone could accomplish this. But, you know, there's been other people in golf that Harding Park has been special to. And, you know, I was contacted last week by Johnny Miller. And, you know, Johnny said to me, you know, he said, I have so many fond memories of Harding Park. And he said, the putting green at Harding Park is really where I became a great putter. And he said, I got into a lot of putting games with adults out there. And he said, I really felt like that it made me the putter that I became when I went on the tour. And he said, you know, as a kid, I loved going to Harding Park because he said you would see Ken Venturi, Bob Rosberg, George Archer. And he said it just became a great place to hang out. And he said, you know, he said, I owe my development as a player to Harding Park. And I thought that was a very profound statement. I wanted you to hear it today. Tom Watson obviously played many rounds at Harding Park when he was a student here at Stanford. Julie Inkster was a two-time city champion, women's city champion at Harding Park. And, you know, I thought one of the neatest things in the history here was in 1944, Byron Nelson became the only PGA Tour player to win two professional events on the same course in the same year when he won the Victory Open and the San Francisco Open. And like so many other public golf courses in communities all over this nation, the atmosphere here has been absolutely magnetic for generations of golfers. And you know, the last thing that I want to say today, it's really a very special day for one man in this room. Next week, Sandy Tatum is going to turn 94 years old. And without his tenacity and his efforts at the turn of this century, Harding Park, as we know it today, would not exist. In fact, as many of you know, it was used as a parking lot in the 1998 U.S. Open. I thought Dan Dillon had one of the classic lines last night when we were talking about Harding Park, and he said, there was a point in time in the history of this golf course where we just hoped that it would get mowed for the city championship. And I think that when you see the evolution and where Harding Park is today to where it once was not that long ago, Mr. Tatum, that's a great credit to you and to the city of San Francisco. And I don't think I can say it any better than Tom Watson did in a conversation that he had with me about Sandy over the weekend, and I wanted to read you what Tom had to say. Without Sandy's character and the respect that he commands in the game of golf, coupled with his San Francisco political savvy, TPC Harding Park Golf Course, its clubhouse, and its first tee affiliation would not have been possible. He was the catalyst in so many different ways with its success. That's just unbelievable. So Sandy, maybe in some way this is an early birthday present for you. Your birthday's next week, July the 7th, from the PGA of America. You've got your major championship here in the city of San Francisco. And And again, in closing, I just want to say thanks to Mayor Lee and Commissioner Fincham and everybody with the PGA Tour for making this great day possible. Thank you.